It is in fact the same day that I filmed the first video. However, it is currently 12:05 and I can't sleep and my brain is just going mad, so I needed just some sort of distraction, and Modern Family was not cutting it, so I've come downstairs to film the classic Q&A / get to know me as like one of my first videos, because I think it'll definitely be helpful for people who are either new to my recovery account or haven't even seen my recovery account before and are seeing me for the first time on here. And if this is the first time that you're here, then hello, I'm Jess. So yeah, there were quite a few like quick fire questions, like what's your favourite season? And see, autumn is my favourite season. I'm going to insert a clip here of what just happened seconds before I film this video. If you have a phobia of spiders, have arachnophobia and you can't even look at them, then skip. I'll put on the screen like what time to skip to. I cannot sleep for shit. Shut up. Can you see it? I'm gonna have to move, but if that fucking moves, I'm going to bore my eyes out. Can you see the size of that? Nah, fuck this. Okay, I was very brave and it is no longer with us. I'd say rest easy, but that was the scariest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I dwell on it because I mean, probably people are watching this with arachnophobia, but I have arachnophobia and I cannot believe I had to wait for it. If you have arachnophobia, just please skip this bit, but I had to wait for it to crawl all the way down. I FaceTimed one of my friends, crawl all the way down onto the floor, and then I got a pillow and just it's definitely got a bad headache. Anyway, yeah, so anyway, autumn generally is my favourite season, hence the nails, and I've just ordered some new clothes that came today, but they're all hung up and some of them are upstairs and I can't go upstairs because my mum is supposed to sleep. I absolutely love autumn. The vibes are just immaculate. I cannot even tell you how much I love autumn, and the mushrooms. If you're a newcomer, my special interest is mushrooms. I have mushrooms everywhere. In fact, I'm in my living room, bearing in mind this is shared space for me and my mum, and there are three mushrooms potentially just in here. I've got two, I can't get up because I'm only wearing a t-shirt, but 2 wax melt, a tea light holder, a wax melt one and a little wooden one that my little cousin bought me for my birthday. Was it Christmas? I think it might have been Christmas. Anyway, yeah, biggest sensory ick, fair enough. There's way too many. My main, like the stimuli that I get overstimulated by the most easily is sound. Textures in food, but like sound is definitely the biggest one. If we're talking like light, it can be, it depends, but it's not like my biggest thing. Is definitely sound. I hate saying this because it sounds so evil, but like even the sound of people breathing can overstimulate. Breathing heavily, sound of people chewing, babies crying like in public. I don't know, I have quite a few sensory icks. I mean, there's the classic like, unexpected wetness. That has got to be the worst thing ever. Like, I don't know, like stepping in a wet patch in the kitchen or something. Awful. Crumbs. Actually turns out texture wise maybe I am quite bad. Anything crummy, like Domino's pizza has like that sort of dusting on the base, and I struggle so much to eat it because I feel like I have to like wipe my hands afterwards every time. Also like McDonald's chips with the salt, like whatever you want to call them, but bread buns with like the dusting on, just stresses me out. Things like glitter, sand, it's all the same like claustrophobic feeling. Yeah, glitter, sand, and like getting changed after swimming. I get this like claustrophobic, like I've lost the autonomy to my own body in a way, because it's like I cannot get the glitter off of me, I can't get the sand off of me, and it just stresses me out. Anyway, that was a bit of a long answer to a simple question, but anyway. Do you have a favourite hymn? What the fuck? I have way too many favourite hymns. I think it's a classic Shine Jesus Shine. But there are loads, Maranatha. I've forgotten loads of them, but there are way too many. I love loads. I'm so proud of you, you're doing amazing. Thank you. Why is Ollie called Ollie? I'm gonna have to just get up and hopefully you don't see anything. This is Ollie, and he's not very happy right now, but I'm gonna put him on here and hopefully he won't be as mad at me. I've now lost my vape. Oh, what's here? Come on, my video's getting on now. I'm gonna have a lot to edit if you don't just come and sit with me now. Come on, baby. I think he's just gonna sit there. Bit of background, if you can hear him purring, I'm dreadfully sorry, I know it could be quite annoying. We rescued Ollie when I was about 6, and I actually had a phobia of cats at the time. When we first rescued him, his name was Tango, and I can't actually remember why we called him Ollie. It had something to do with Ollie Murs, and maybe that was me like pretending to be straight. I genuinely don't know. Anyway, we thought a lot about his name. Ollie, I can hear you purring, and I'm trying to think. I can't. Oh my god, there's another goddamn spider. Kill it, Ollie. I failed to recall that Ollie is in fact scared of spiders and just likes to play with them. Ollie, that's already dead. He's now playing with a dead spider. Yeah, it's not much of a backstory to Ollie's name. I don't think there was much of a meaning behind it, it's just, he's an Ollie. Come and sit with us. I'm saying us as if there's literally anyone else here. Come on, pups. Oh, it's just eating that dead spider. If you could have grown up in any part of the world where it'd be, honestly, as much as I'd love to say Italy, as if our mental health services aren't bad enough, they don't even have like social services or like safeguarding in schools. So I genuinely don't know. I'm pretty sure I'd just stick with England. Ollie, he's got the zoomies. Favourite Modern Family character? Oh, I'm not sure I have a favourite. I don't think I have a favourite. Like, they're all my favourites for different reasons. What encouraged you to start recovery? Right. This is a difficult one because I was kind of scared into recovery in a way, but like forced recovery doesn't exist in my opinion. But I was kind of scared into it, as in like I had a big reality check on a couple of occasions, both from life and in therapy. I haven't got a ghost, that's just Ollie. Come here, please. He's gone. And I think I just started to sort of realise what it was doing to me, and there was a lot of sort of explanation. I cannot tell you how incredible my therapist is. She just sort of really changed my perspective. I like put things into perspective, should I say. The way she was saying, like, I bet you, like, I'm sure you think this and this, and I was like, you can read my mind. And then she'd be like, but just things like the ED will promise it's gonna give you X, Y, and Z, or that when you get to this stage you'll feel like this, if you hit this weight you'll feel like this, when this happens you'll feel like that, and it just continues to move the goalpost further and further and further, and just as soon as you think you can grab it, it just snatches it away, and it's like pushes you further and further, because its ultimate goal is for you to, your life to be destroyed, for you to not be here. And I was like, oh damn, yeah, I see what you're saying. And it was like a lot of things like that, a lot of those kind of conversations that I was like, oh. And so I think it's complicated. I think it was just slow realisations, reality checks of sort of what I was doing and how it wasn't just affecting me, but it was affecting other people in my life. Sort of looking at the road I'm going down if I carry on this way, and how it's just not the one that I thought I was going down, and how recovery and healing will give me what I thought the ED would have given me. So there's a lot of different things. Honestly, until about 7 months ago, I was quite like I knew I had to, and I was trying to trust the process, but I didn't feel the benefits of recovery and see how worth it truly is until more recently. Like, I'd say I've been in real recovery for a year, like now, like around this time last year is when I started like real recovery. But it did take time for me to start to feel that liberation and how rewarding it is, and yeah, I could ramble about that for like a whole video. Anyway, on to the next 5 years. I hope to be fully recovered from anorexia. I hope to have got a degree in some sort of, I'm not sure exactly what I want to do, and I'm not going to get into it because it's very difficult to explain, but I hope to have some guidance or like a step further towards my career. I try and live in the moment. That's like the best for my anxiety, depression mindset, is to just be here and in here and now as much as possible. Like even with the course that I'm doing at the moment, I'm just taking it bit by bit, because it's not as if I chose this course and now I have to do 3 years. I can drop out. I'm starting level 3, and then I can choose whether or not I want to do level 4 next year or the year after, or if I never want to do it, and I think that kind of takes the pressure off of it. I also quite like to go to Italy. I've struggled with holidays due to my mental health a lot, so I have been on holiday since I was about 13. So yeah, I'd love to go to Italy. You can hear my cat. I'm sorry. He's got a zoomies. How did you manage 6th form / college with disabilities / mental illness? So college wise, I'm going to go 6th form because I didn't initially go to college. I went to 6th form, and I went to 6th form because it was at the same school as the school I went to. So I found it like, because I knew the staff, they know me, they know about my mental health, they know like what and the accommodations that I need. I wasn't actually diagnosed with ADHD till 2020, which was the start of year 12, and I wasn't diagnosed with autism at all while I was there. Obviously they kind of, there was like traits that impacted my school life that they sort of accommodated for, but they didn't know they were accommodating for autism, they just sort of accommodated for me, if that makes sense. Honestly, I think eventually my mental health was so bad, and I think it's particularly like with ADHD and struggling with motivation, with deadlines, my learning style being so different. 6th form probably was never for me. To be there every single day. I had 3 periods, but like I still had lessons later on, but once my brain is done, it's done. Like I need a few hours to sort of rejuvenate and to go back. So now I'm at college and it's literally 1 day a week for 3 hours. It's so much more manageable. I still get tired, I still need the next day to sort of recover. But it's way more manageable than having to go in every single day, get up really early, especially with my mental health and lack of sleep, not being able to sleep. And although obviously it's incredibly important that if you need to take a mental health day that you do, realistically in 6th form there's not much room for that, because you have to be on top of your work from like get-go. So easy to fall behind if you're not like on top of your work. If you like even have like 1 or 2 days off, like it sounds so harsh, but that is the reality of it. And I now wish that I'd gone to college instead of 6th form. But realistically, in terms of like the change and the transition, that wouldn't have been realistic. So I think I did the right thing in one way, but it did get to the stage where I was just like, right, I've got this far, I don't want to not finish the year, finish 6th form, but realistically I'm not going to achieve to my full capability. Sorry, the camera keeps shaking because it's like on the chair, but I kind of got to a stage where I just accepted that I did what I could, when I could, revised when I could, but I was like deep in my ED, and obviously any level of restriction, your brain isn't functioning as it should be, it's hard to concentrate, on top of having ADHD, on top of having like trauma stuff going around in my head. I was doing DBT as well at the time, which took up so much time. When I was doing DBT, then you'll know, like, you have to be practicing your skills outside of sessions. You have to be, especially because you have to write them down as like doing your little homeworks and things like that. It's like a whole A-level in and of itself. I did sociology, psychology and philosophy and ethics, but philosophy and ethics was philosophy, ethics and Christianity. So it honestly felt like I was doing 5 A-levels altogether. It was honestly ridiculous. I ended up dropping psychology, and I only ended up sitting one of my exams, which was sociology, and I left with a D. I was predicted, at the start of the year, I was predicted an A. It kept going down and down and down because I can't do exams. Like, my brain is not equipped for exams. Like I said, once my brain's switched off, it's switched off, and you can't come back the next day to finish your exam. You have to just do it all there. And then I had accommodations, like I had a completely separate room, which was good because I got so overstimulated because I was in a smaller room initially, but people typing was like, so I got put into a separate room because many reasons. I had extra time, I had rest breaks, and I typed because I'm such a perfectionist with my handwriting. It ended up taking up so much time because I was like trying to perfect it, but then my hands started aching and I got stressed. Anyway, the rest breaks were great, I won't say that they weren't, but like I said, once my brain switched off, it switched off, and I was just done. I'd say to the invigilator, I was like, I've not finished the exam, I haven't finished writing, I know that there's so much more I could write, but my brain will just not think anymore. My staff were pretty good, definitely could have been better. I had a lot of complaints to make, but my head of year was incredible. I dread to think that she's watching this, I really highly doubt it, but if you are, hey girl, thanks. Yeah, my head of year in 6th form particularly, well, she was amazing. Very lenient, maybe a bit too lenient with the work situation, because as someone with ADHD I need someone pushing me to an extent, otherwise I won't do it, because I need some level of motivation, even if like I can't motivate myself. If there's like consequences or like a deadline, I'm more likely to do it than people being like, if you can do it, do it, if you can't, then don't. And it's like, okay, it's not gonna happen then, is it? It's not like I used that like accommodation to my, like, I took advantage of it. It was literally, my ADHD cannot adhere to lack of structure. But yeah, it was just like I wouldn't get punished if I couldn't hand work in, or if I didn't turn up to a lesson. I would just like, later on I'd email to let them know why I wasn't there, or just be like, sorry I couldn't make it. Sometimes that wasn't necessary. Honestly, I was barely ever there, I'm not gonna lie. When it got to year 13, I was probably there once or twice a week, and it was for a couple of hours, and I just had to go home, because my mental health was just really bad. So overall, there's no like list of how I managed it. It was more, I just needed that understanding from my staff that I learn differently and naturally behave differently in class, and it's not to be misunderstood in the sense that like I'm not attention seeking, or I'm not lazy, or I don't know, whatever else it might be. Like, I'm not on my phone because I'm being rude, or I'm not listening. That actually helps me to listen, things like that. I could bang on about that for ages, to be honest with you. I think I'm going to have a little watch back of what I've filmed so far, because I don't want to ramble for too long. And if there's space for more, then I'll chat more, but that might be tomorrow, because I don't want to make an hour-long video, because I know full well I won't be able to watch all of that. So I'm going to say goodbye now. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all so much. Your support means the whole world to me. I'm really lifted my mood. So yeah, I'm sorry that I haven't answered too many questions. There were quite a few, and I just don't want to ramble too much. And I hope you're all doing okay and being kind to yourselves. It is the start of a new week. It's Tuesday now, but just be kind to yourselves and remember to just do what's doable in each moment with what you have and what you know. I know that my DMs are always open. If I don't reply, then you might need to spam me a bit because my replies can be shit. And I'm very sorry about that, but it's nothing personal. I just generally get overwhelmed with messages, but particularly on my recovery account because I get quite a lot. I don't think there's anything else. There's definitely other things I wanted to say, but they're just not coming to mind right now. And if you're thinking about starting recovery, do it. I'll make a separate video, and as I've said before, I said it in my description in my last video, I'm very open to suggestions. I'm sort of taking it as it comes when ideas come into my head, but I'm genuinely like, if you're like, oh please can you make a video on this, just like chatting through it, I will, and I'll try and address it in a very sensitive way. But if any trigger warnings or content warnings necessary, I'll address them at the beginning of the video. I'm still rambling, but yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I don't want to give the whole, don't forget to like and subscribe because that's not really why I'm doing this. So if you want to, you can do. But yeah, I have really enjoyed this, and it's taken my mind off things. I'm feeling much calmer despite the multiple spiders. But I'm going to love you and leave you. Thank you.